Hello, this is Matt on the Moon Lambo channel. Over the last few days, there's been lots of chatter within the XRP community over this idea of the SEC having decided very recently that XRP itself is a commodity. And that would be kind of big news if true, right? Now, I'll just tell you at the outset here, so as to not tease you, that is not a thing that happened. But I understand why there's this discussion about it, and I want to clarify exactly what went down. But the good news is, ultimately, I don't think this is going to matter at all. XRP already declared to not be a security. That's the biggest thing that matters right there. As far as what it technically is beyond that, well, we're letting things evolve here in the United States. From the clarity perspective, that all that stuff it's coming forward here. And XRP can be more than one thing, but it's a virtual currency. It was declared by the United States government in 2015 to be a virtual currency. So if you want to label it something else and then just cryptocurrencies, if in addition to that they also technically qualify as commodities, fine. But what actually matters more than that specific label is legal clarity. And we actually do have that specifically for XRP at least, so I'm glad we don't have to worry there. So again, I understand why people were wondering what they were wondering here, but you took it too far in the wrong direction. So I'm going to clean it all up here and explain exactly what went down. But before going further, I do want to be clear, I do not have a financial background of any kind. I am not offering financial advice, and you definitely should not buy or sell anything because of anything I say or write. I'm just an enthusiast who enjoys making YouTube videos about crypto-related topics, but just as a hobby and just for fun. All right, here's a headline from the Crypto Basics. Speculation that SEC now recognizes XRP as a commodity. Here's what experts say. Fox Business journalist has provided clarity on recent speculations that the U.S. SEC now considers XRP a commodity due to its acknowledgement of multiple XRP ETF filings. Over the weekend, excitement swept the XRP community after the SEC recognized another XRP ETF filing. Specifically, the securities regulator recognized CBOE BZX Exchange's application to list and trade shares of 21 shares XRP ETF. This recognition comes a day after the regulator acknowledged Grayscale's XRP ETF application. Okay, so I will note here, and I cover this very happily and excitedly in recent days, because, I mean, not that it was entirely unexpected, but it is exciting because it's further proof that what we've all been believing is the case. Like, it really actually is the case, because the SEC, they didn't have to respond at all. That's why this matters. The SEC didn't have to respond to a damn thing, and under the Gensler regime, they almost certainly would not have. The reason that we're seeing this, and the reason that it's a virtual certainty that we're going to have multiple XRP ETFs get approved this year, is because of the way the election went down. If Harris had won, we would not even be having this discussion. But here, the SEC, it's very clear, like, from the top on down, even though we don't have a new SEC chair yet, just having the current acting chair, Mark Vieta, even with just that, from the top on down, because of this shift, this is happening. This is not some show. This is real life, and XRP is actually being treated as it should have been treated all along. It is so refreshing. It's a big deal. XRP is clearly here to stay, and it's being treated like it should have, at least up to this point. So let's see him continue. But yeah, really great reasons to be optimistic here. And so yes, as soon as we saw that the SEC acknowledged these, which they didn't have to do, yeah, exactly. That's exactly correct. It shows that there's been a sea change here. That's great. No more anti-crypto nonsense. And not just is the nonsense going away, they're explicitly pro-crypto. Anyway, piece continues. Notably, the SEC cited comments from 21 shares, which referenced legal precedent from the SEC versus Ripple lawsuit to indicate that XRP is not a security under federal securities law. 21 shares contended that XRP be viewed as a commodity under the Commodity Exchange Act, CEA for short. So there you go. That's a big piece of what's at the core of this. It's because of that which was specifically cited right there in 21 shares perspective. And so then if they're sharing, if the SEC's acknowledging something there, that's where it stemmed from. Anyway, piece continues. This development, especially the recognition of multiple XRP ETF filings, sparked speculation that the SEC now considers XRP a commodity. And folks, that's a bit of a leap right there. That was definitely a bit of a leap. That is not the case. Now, it also doesn't materially matter. We're going the right way regardless, but it's just a thing that isn't true. Anyway, piece continues. Amid this speculation, Fox Business journalist Eleanor Terrett shared a dissenting view. According to her, the acknowledgement does not necessarily imply that the Commission now considers XRP a commodity. She emphasized that the Commission only acknowledges that prospective issuers are seeking to offer a product that classifies XRP as a commodity under a securities wrapper, which is the ETF itself. The pro-crypto journalist pointed out that the recognition follows a broader trend that the SEC acknowledgement ETF filings for other cryptocurrencies like Solana, which the previous leadership classified as a security in different enforcement actions. Yeah, and so that was the sign that this is probably going to happen. And if memory serves, I could be wrong, but I think it was December that under the Gensler regime, they were I can't remember what was. I actually, admittedly, I'd have to look back, but I remember there was some development. I think it was the beginning part of December, and it was another thing that Gensler's regime was doing to make sure that there was continued uncertainty in the crypto space, but it was a negative thing pertaining to Solana explicitly, which is now flipped thanks to the way that the regime change has unfolded, of course. And so here was the actual post from Eleanor Terrett, and here she is referencing what the SEC acknowledged here. She says, they have acknowledged that issuers are applying for a product that classifies XRP a commodity asset within a securities wrapper. The securities wrapper is the ETF itself, the same as Bitcoin and Ethereum. You've seen the SEC acknowledge quite a few of these products recently with other underlying assets the previous SEC may have been thinking about as securities, like Solana, Doge, Cardano, etc. Meanwhile, you've got the SEC pausing litigation over this very thing while the crypto task force works on figuring it all out. It may be that the SEC is acknowledging everything because this commission doesn't want to be seen as picking winners and losers. While it's definitely notable that they're not denying these products outright, I don't think we'll really know for sure what the SEC is thinking until they start engaging more on these applications. Okay, so totally fine the way that she's approaching this and thinking this, feeling a bit more conservative in the way that I'm going to word things. Like the way that I'll word it, and I feel very confident in this, and if I'm wrong, then I'm wrong, but I think there's about a 100% chance that this is going to go the way that we want. Call XRP whatever you need to call it from a technical perspective. That's fine. If they do want to call the commodity in the future, fine, cool. I don't have an issue. I just want the legal clarity to be there. That's the part that matters. And we already do thankfully have that for XRP, but we're just going to keep going in that direction for the entire crypto space. That's what actually matters here. So it's totally fair for her to state, yeah, maybe they're just going to treat everything like this and have an even playing field, but that is such a move in this, such a huge step in the right direction, frankly. That's a gigantic step in the right direction, to have everything being treated the same and not with this weird bias against the entire crypto asset class. Yeah, that's a huge freaking deal. So even if they're doing that because of what the messages from the top, which is, hey, we're pro-crypto now, America first, that whole thing, which is, that's how it is from Trump on down. Yeah, you absolutely should expect all of this to happen. I think it's a virtual certainty that all this is coming, and much sooner than later. And it's exciting knowing that all this is unfolding during the bull market. I understand, a lot of people are emotionally in the gutter right now. This cycle is not done. And I know that we in the XRP community are feeling great because XRP is up substantially here. But just imagine what happens, if you have there are any number of things that could set it off. I mean, I've talked about it before, but like even just, the appeal going away, which I think is a virtual certainty. That you could literally wake up any day and that's the news. What do you think happens for XRP given that it's already in a bull run? Because look, XRP's got legal clarity regardless, but people will respond to that still. I'm not saying it makes logical sense because clearly XRP's in the good regardless, but I absolutely could buy the argument that people are going to respond to that and cause XRP to move up. Yes. And so there's that. And then if you get the XRP ETF approved, which I don't think it's going to happen until later in the year. So unless we have a prolonged bull cycle, I'm not confident that's going to happen in time. But still, those are the types of things that actually market participants could respond to. So there's a lot of really great stuff happening right now. But no, it's not the case that XRP has officially been declared as a commodity, and it's not that the SEC itself views it as that right now. But things are shifting, so whatever they land on, it's gonna be fine for us. I'm not concerned, okay? I'm not a financial advisor. You should not buy or sell anything because of anything I say or write. That would be a very, very, very bad idea. Until next time, to the moon, Lambo.